For April 2021, update 5.4, you can start earning Ephemera 4 divine codes. We got a new batch of common menus you can purchase, and we'll be going over who is worth picking up. First is the 5-star common menus, which cost 300 Ephemera 4 each. We have Picnic Lucas, and he has the Luncheon Lance Plus. This inheritable lance grants plus 4 attack and defense when the foe initiates combat, and this is basically Sturdy Stance 2. Luncheon Lance is kind of like combining the Vanguard Lance with the Reprisal Lance, and it's an okay enemy phase weapon if you like attack and defense. That said, we had Dancer out again from last month, and he's also a Heroic Grow unit, and he comes with the Courtly Candle, which grants plus 5 attack and defense when you're above half health. It also reduces the first hit taken by 50% if the foe can follow up. Courtly Candle needs you to be healthy, but it works for both phases and can create some fun builds. Lucas's other skills include the Pivot Assist skill and Worry Fighter 3. He also has ARO, attack and defense 3. This is an offense 8th rate skill. It can grant plus 10 attack and defense, but you need to destroy a lot of enemy structures. You can't predict what every 8th rate map is going to be like, so these offensive 8th rate skills are really just not that amazing. To be honest, Picnic Lucas doesn't really have that many skills that are really good. If anything, I would go for the Luncheon Lance. Next up is Femkhan. She does have an inheritable weapon called the Water Breath Plus. This Dragon Stone grants plus 4 defense and res when the foe initiates combat. This is Brazen Stance 2. If you want an enemy phase build, this is an option. You could refine it with extra defense or resistance. If you're getting Water Breath, you might as well also grab Go Dragons. It only needs Spur Attack 1 and 2 or Spur Speed 1 and 2, so it's easy to grab with one skill inherent slot. For your 4th skill, you can then choose between Draconic Aura or Fierce Stance 3. Fierce Stance is quite rare, and the only other way to get the lower tiers for cheap is from Bantu. However, he can just give you all 3 tiers of 4 stars, so you might as well just use him instead. Kana's best skills are Water Breath or Go Dragons, although I wouldn't say either are must-haves. Maybe if you're making a Dragon Emblem team, Go Dragons can be good. To be honest, our 2 5-star common menus are kinda just okay, nothing really crazy here. Something that is interesting is that for a second month in a row, Intelligent Systems is giving us another Tempest Trials unit. Halloween Ina from last year was the next Tempest Trials reward after Dancer out again. If this continues, this could be the dev's way of giving us 1 extra Tempest Trials copy, similar to how Grand Hero Battle units get a rerun with 1 extra copy as well. I really hope to keep doing this because there's a massive boon to anyone wanting to plus 10 a Tempest Trials unit. The cost of a plus 10 Tempest Trials unit versus a Grand Hero Battle unit is about 1,000 extra heroic grails. This is if you wait for the Grand Hero Battle unit to get their rerun, which gives you 4 free copies versus the 2 Tempest Trials reward copies. Having a 3rd copy via common manual is great if you can wait a bit, but it's definitely worth it if you like merging heroic grail units. Now let's talk about Ina's skills. At 4 stars, she has Swamp and Ward Dragons. We got both Ward Dragons and Go Dragons as bats. Plus both are not easy to get at all, so if you're making a dragon team, then both of those may be worth grabbing. Additionally, Ina has the Pale Breath plus Inheritable Dragon Breath. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants plus 5 attack and defense and neutralize any stat debuffs on the unit's attack and defense stats. This is like a Dragonstone version of the 2020 Spring weapons. There really aren't a ton of dragons without unique weapons, but Pale Breath plus is a pretty decent option if you like attack and defense. Last, Ina also has defense and res link 3 at 5 stars, not a bad variant if you want to make your team and yourself extra tanky. For only 100 Ephemera 4, Halloween Ina is definitely worth a pickup if you aren't feeling anyone else. Next up is Mustafa. At 4 stars, he has Bonfire and Defense Tactic 3. You can get both at once, which isn't too bad at all. At 5 stars, Mustafa has Water Boost 3, which is kind of not the most consistent skill line. Once you get damaged, would probably go for another res boosting A skill, to be honest. For his weapon, Mustafa is the only wielder of the Barrier Axe Plus, which grants plus 7 res when the enemy initiates combat. There are quite a lot of good inheritable axes, so you may want to explore those options first. Third, we got Bartray. At 4 stars, he has Smite and Brash Assault 3. Smite has its fun uses to send a teammate forward, but Brash Assault is definitely a hard skill to use. It's probably better in the Sacred Seal slot, although not many units are going to want to use it at all anyway. At 5 stars, you can get the ever popular Fury 3 for easy stats at the cost of HP. Bartray will also have the Hammer, which is effective against armored units. Our 4th unit is Hinata. At 4 stars, you can get Pavis and Fury 3. Hinata is the cheapest source of the skill, and it's always nice to have more Fury fodder. At 5 stars, Hinata also has Brash Assault, so I guess if you really want it for some reason, then just go get Bartray. For his weapon, Hinata has the Ruby Sword Plus, which comes with Triangle Depth 3. Fury Master Hinata is always a great pick, although we'd have 2 Fury 3 sources this month. Last up is Tailtoyou. At 4 stars, you can get Rally Speed and Res and Drive Speed 2. Both of those are pretty nice skills, especially if you want to upgrade to their next tier in their skill lines. At 5 stars, she comes with Attack and Res 2, which is probably not the best thing to spend 20,000 feathers for. You're better off with her Blue Blade Tome in the case you don't have any more Odins. That's it for this month's Ephemera common manuals. I'm personally excited about the possibility of continuing to get Tempest Trials units. If we're being honest, usually not all the 4-star common manuals are the most amazing, so using one of these slots for a Tempest unit is really awesome. As far as I know, I don't think they said these Tempest common manuals are going to be a continuous thing, but it does seem like they may just go in order every new month. If you like this change, you can always send in-game feedback. Feedback doesn't only have to be things you want to be changed, it can also be telling someone you like this, so please keep doing more of it. This is a really good solution to giving out more copies of Tempest units, and it's honestly pretty cheap unless you want both 5-star manuals. We've gotten some really solid Tempest units with good weapons or skills, so even if you aren't merging them up, you can still use them for fodder. This month's common manuals are kinda just okay, especially if you don't care for dragon skills. Interesting to see 2 Fury 3 units, although I think the 4-star manuals have been pretty decent this month and the last month. Let's hope they keep on giving us more good stuff. Thanks for watching, don't forget to spend last month's Ephemera, and I'll see you guys next time.